Oh shit. Toriko and them is basically up against a damn planet. The fucking well is the size of a fucking planet. A small planet, but a planet. That shit was fucking ridiculous. I didn't even realize it when I first read it. Anyway, everybody's chilling inside that this magic clam. I mean magic magnet clam. It uses magnetic waves like a magnetic field to create a safe zone. I don't know exactly how it uses magnetic field, but it uses it as a cloaking device, or does it use it to actually like a force field or something? I don't know exactly how, but it's a fucking safe creature, a safe zone. Anyway, you probably gotta have a damn safe zone because even if you're the strongest of the strong, you gotta sleep at some point in time. And when you go to sleep, that's when they get you, they kill you, they get you. Find you, deal with you, bust your shit, run you out. Anyway, Gigi prepared the meal for him, and Sergeant comes out. He says some funny shit. I don't know why I thought this was so funny. He says, this has to be the golden chef because this soup has puzzle plankton in it. I was laughing my ass off. Basically, SpongeBob isn't making enough money, so they have to do Toriko now too. So plankton is involved with Toriko. Anyway, these planktons are a tenth of a millimeter, meaning you barely can. I don't even a tenth of a millimeter. I think you could barely see it with the naked eye, something like that. And he said that you take 1 trillion of them and you make a damn puzzle, and it'll make the taste better or something like that. You had to put them together. It's got to be a cooking technique because there's no way you're taking that small of a creature and going like this and placing them in like it's a regular puzzle. It's got to be some kind of way you cook it like that. Anyway, Toriko approaches him like, the fuck are you doing here? Your boy sent you? He said, yeah, he sent me. He said some shit came up too. When he had pair, he said, turns you into a female, right? And he says that his tongue spear had a new target. It turned him into a woman, and I wasn't even thinking about that. Medora turned to a woman, and he said, my tongue has a new target. He's going to eat his own pussy out. No, I'm joking, but he figured out something. I guess he thought that he was going after a man. Then he said, wait, the person I'm coming after might be a woman. He might be talking about Joa or whatever, some shit like that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm guessing that he's saying, oh, I must be my target must be a woman. That's what I believe. Anyway, Brunch is there. He interacts with Komatsu. They have a good time. They're fellow chefs, and Brunch respects him. He respects him. Yada yada yada. They start talking to Gigi, and he tells him about that book. He said, "I found somebody's diary. It was this diary of the traveling pants." And Gigi says, "Yeah, that was my diary, and I wrote it in chef's code. Only super chefs can decode it." And he was able to decode it. And they was like, "Damn, you must be fucking good." Anyway, they said that he's so good that he's beyond the skill level of that notebook. Shit. Anyway, he was telling them about the full course, and he says that he knows pretty much the whole full course. And he pretty much knows how to cook them. I don't think he knows 100%. The way they say it, it seems like he's a little bit fuzzy on certain things, but he's got the gist of it. His cooking methods don't seem to be 100%. The reason why I say that is because they said that Komatsu basically surpassed the notebook, and he wrote the notebook. So once Komatsu finds the ingredients, he'll be able to cook it better than what's in that notebook. Like the same way he cooked pear, he prepared pear, because the ingredient, the way Kaka said it, and she's one of the fucking super chefs, it said that it takes you 7 years to cook it or something like that. But he was able to do it that instant. Anyway, we find out all that shit that he had on and whatnot, the mustache and everything. That's his eyebrows. The mustache shit that goes like this, that's his eyebrow. And the reason why it makes sense that that's his eyebrows, because nitros have beaks. They have beaks. So that beard that hangs down is not really a beard. It's a beard, but it's really a beak. That's what it is. That's his beak, and then the mustache part of his eyebrows. He's really looking at you like this. He's got his face down. He's looking at you like this. He's going like this the whole time. I don't know if that's a disguise or something. Like he puts that shit on, put the robe on so people don't know he's a Nitro. That's what I'm guessing it is. Anyway, he starts talking about the full course and the 8 kings. He said the 8 king that controls the fucking black triangle is the Whale King Moon, right? Now dig this. If you look at it, it looks like a moon. Not only that, it's called the Whale King, right? I mean, it's called the Whale King Moon. They said the moon fell inside the black triangle. So, and I just realized that. I mean, I knew before that the moon was actually the one of the 8 kings. I guess what happened was they said it was an asteroid. So what happened was this: the Moon King might have been somewhere else, who knows, whatever. But it did a jump. You know how the whales do like those, you know what I'm talking about, the jump. It jumps in the water like this. It jumped so fucking high. It went all the way up into the sky. And when it came back down, you would have thought it was a damn asteroid. And it was the size of the moon. Now, here's the crazy thing. I didn't realize this. I pretty much figured out it was the moon that they were talking about that landed in the black triangle. This thing's the size of a fucking moon. And the moon that Earth has is the size of a small planet. They're fighting a fucking planet. And it created the gravity that's in the water. Now, remember Food Mountain or whatever it was, the 100G mountain? It had a whole bunch of gravity or something like that. I think that's what prepares them to face the Whale King, because the Whale King is using gravity. So that's basically, it seems as if they're setting up for the Whale King to use its fighting style is going to be gravity. Now, it is the one that created the black triangle. The reason why is that gravitational pull and shit being lost and whatnot is because of it. That shit was ridiculous. But the crazy thing about it is it should be easy to find it if it's pulling you in, right? Or can it control where shit is being pulled in? I'm not sure. Anyway, he talks about the next area, Area 5. He said that's the food region forest. It's supposed to be like a big-ass forest full of fucking food. And that's where the meat dish is, news. To be honest, I didn't do enough research. I don't know exactly which 8 king is in each place. But well, who gives a fuck? We'll find out. Now, they said that they're going to send most of the people to face off against the Whale King. Now, some people said that he must be the strongest. No, because another one of the 8 kings, everybody got to face it. They said Area 1, everybody's going to have to face this one. Now, the reason why he has to be faced with so much strength, because first off, he has gravity powers. So you're fighting already, your strength cut in half already. And then it's fighting underwater. Now your strength cut into into a third. It's going to be hard facing it in that territory. Maybe if it was on land, then they wouldn't need as many people. But this motherfucker here, not only is it fucking strong, you're in the water, you're out of your natural environment. It's going to be hard for you to face it. Heracles was on dry land. You didn't have to worry about the gravity. You didn't have to worry about the water. You didn't have to worry about the pressure that you're under. You didn't have to worry about any of that fucking thing. And being that he's underwater and he can swim, it's basically going to be similar to it flying around or something. Because it doesn't have to stay on the sea floor. It can come up, go down. You're fighting three-dimensional fight. So it's going to make it harder, even if it's not as powerful as people think, are led to believe, just because, a bunch of people are going to be there to face it. Anyway, the people who are going to Area 5 is going to be Zebra and Brunch. Good combination. The only problem is their personalities. They're both confrontational. So they're going to keep confronting each other. Shit. Fuck my finger up. But anyway, they're a good combination because he's a strong chef. He's a strong Bishokia. They're both, they're both like grown ass men. We ain't talking about little ass kids like Kamatsu being out there having to be protected and whatnot. Brunch doesn't have to be protected, and that works with Zebra's personality. Zebra might leave your ass. Not playing. He usually protects the weak, but he can't always do that and shit like that. And on top of that, Zebra's on some gam shit. He's on some grown ass man shit. You got to hold your own. Brunch can hold his own. Brunch would be a good combination with him if they clicked. They have similar personalities. They both he's the wild boy of the Shokiyas, and he's the wild boy of the chefs. So they're a good combination if they could click. Anyway, Area 4, Gourmet Garden. It's going to be the Earth. That's the next thing. Full course desert. It's a desert, I'm guessing. A desert gourmet garden. Desert, Earth. That's the full course meal. The Earth, the full course. That's what it is. And it's going to be Sunny and Live Bear. Now here's the problem. Sunny cannot stand Live Bear because Live Bear is ugly. The motherfucker's on drugs. I don't know if he's doing drugs now, but he was at the time. He's a psycho, or he was a psycho. I don't think he's full psycho, but he was partially a psycho, So already you see Sunny's like, he said, "What the fuck did you say?" He said, "What the fuck did you say?" And then Gigi's like, "Yeah, you're going with Live Bear." He said, "Say it one more time, because I don't believe you." That type of thing. Anyway, Area 3, developmental fever bridge. I guess it develops a fever in you. I don't know. And this is where the drink comes from, Adam. And Coco and Tyron or whatever, they're going. Now, that's a good combination because they're both good people. Coco can get along with him. He can get along with him. That type of deal. I don't know how they're going to cooperate with each other, in terms of how they go about, capturing this full course. But I know they can work together. They're going to have good teamwork. Tyron, he's a good teamwork player because I seen him at the fest, whatever. He was working together as a team with the other chefs doing shit, So we already know they can work together. But Coco's one of the weaker members of the Heavenly Kings. Zebra and Toriko's number one. I mean, number one and number two. Thing about it is they're making sure that one of the 4 Heavenly Kings is divided amongst everybody going to these different places. So there you have it. Anyway, they said once you get done with that, God is in Area 2. I would have never thought that God would be in Area 2. Continent of the Beginnings, and it said Continent of the Beginnings. It looked like a grassland, and that's where God is. Well, I thought that number 1 was going to be God, and that the strongest creatures was going to be at number 1. And it seems like the strong creatures is going to be at number 1 because they said Toriko Starjan. Starjan's got to be the strongest, or he was at a time. He was stronger than all of the 4 Heavenly Kings at a time, at one time. Matter of fact, he probably was stronger than all of them combined back when they first met Toriko. I can't say he's even close to that now. Because the 4 Heavenly Kings came up since then. Anyway, Toriko and Starjan got to go to Area 2. But they said Area 1, everybody got to go. So this motherfucker's got to be a beast at 1. They said every fucking body, all hands on deck. Anyway, Coco says, Sunny says he does not want to work with Live Bear, and Brunch says he does not want to work with Zebra. Good chapter, great chapter. Actually, 5 out of 5. I liked every second of it. It was dialogue heavy, but the reveals in it. I mean, like number 2, knowing that God is in there, seeing these the parents, not fucking parents, but the teams, them teaming up. Toriko is actually like, okay, I'll work with Starjan. Starjan's basically like, I'm gonna work with whoever I got to work with. It's cool. And I don't care. But Starjan was the one who almost killed Toriko. Wasn't the other way around. Toriko might have been cool with it if he was the one that almost killed Starjan. Starjan is like Toriko's arch nemesis, but to what you call him to Starjan, he's not like that. Starjan's like, Toriko is a potential threat. That's it. You know, so he probably didn't have a problem working with Toriko. It doesn't look like it either. He's just like, okay, cool. You know, that's how he looks. But Toriko's like, well, I guess I have to. That type of thing. Yeah, this chapter was awesome. Awesome, straight up and down. I was surprised that the fucking Whale King is the size of a fucking moon. And we're not talking about moons like moons of fucking Saturn. Saturn's moon's like small or something like that. We're talking about the moon of Earth, meaning it's the size of a fucking planet. To be more accurate, the size of a what's it called? A protoplanet. This shit is fucking huge. Basically, it's the size of Pluto. One of the fucking planets. Okay, anyway, go ahead, leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broken. You got the power to change that. Peace.